Hi guys, just wanted to show you this absolutely awesome 350 watts step down travel adapter converter. So what does step down converter actually mean? Where do you need that? This is usually if you live in a country where you have lower voltage, for example like the United States, which have 110 volts, and then you want to travel to a country which has higher voltage, for example around Europe where they have 240 volts, then a lot of your devices can't handle the high voltage. I mean, usually not a problem for your phone charge or something like that. Also, most of the laptop power supplies can handle worldwide voltage easily. So that's definitely not needed in every case. And by the way, of course, also we have the limitation of 350 watts here. So that doesn't work, for example, for hair dryers. It's more like if you're using specific devices, maybe some medical products, then you could still need something like that. By the way, we cannot only use this, of course, for traveling. We can also use this directly in the US, for example, as a 3-in-1 outlet. And on top of that, we have even 2 times USB-A and 2 times USB-C power. So this could be also helpful regarding that. I think it has a really nice build, but of course we want to see how this works. So first, of course, we need this power cable. This goes here on the side, and then of course we can't use that directly, for example, in the US or also not in Australia. I think, as far as I remember, that's Australia, but maybe some people can help me here in the video. But let's for a moment use it in the US here. So we plug this in here. By the way, that's very interesting plug. That's exactly the plug which I've been using for more than 40 years in my life. That's the Swiss plug. German plug looks similar, but I think it also works for Germany and even maybe some other European countries. And that's a very special thing. It's something which you usually don't see in the US because this has a special shape and it goes fully into a recessed outlet. Yeah, I've been searching if I still have such an outlet, and you can see how this looks. Definitely nothing which you will find in the US, but definitely a lot in Europe, especially here for this one here in Switzerland. So we can just plug in. You can see shape here. And so we just push it here inside. Has even some additional safety here inside that makes it a little bit harder to push here inside. And so this is how this works. Definitely not something which you can use. You can see that's not going to fit here. You definitely need something like that. So absolutely perfect for some European countries. But if you want to use that in the US, we can use it like that. And then plug it in here. You can see it works absolutely no problem. By the way, of course, these adapters can also be used for other devices, not only for this step-down converter. And of course, also this cable can be used for a lot of other devices in Europe. Also a really nice thing. And so I've plugged it here into 110 volts. You have to turn it on here. And so we can definitely see 110 volts here on this volt meter. So everything absolutely normal. We can also check for the voltage here on USB. That's 5 volts or a little bit above 5 volts, pretty much standard. So definitely works. But the question is, what's going to happen when we are switching to 240 volts, which we have here on the left side. So let's unplug it here. And now you can see we have this outlet with 220 volts. So that's exactly what we would have, for example, in Europe. And of course, I want that you believe me that this thing is delivering 200 volts or even more. So we can see that here 242 volts directly on this outlet here. Had to turn it around a little bit. But now let's plug in this step-down converter to 242 volts. Let's plug in the meter. Let's turn it on. See what's going to happen. Illuminate the display here and go for the voltage, and we can see it shows 117, 118 volts, which is in the normal range which you have in the US between 110 and 120 volts. So absolutely no problem for all the US devices which require 110 volts. But of course, again, we have the maximum of 350 watts. But other than that, absolutely awesome. And again, you're checking here also for the USB voltage, but of course no question about that, it's still 5.2 volts. Everything normal, you can just plug in your normal USB stuff. And what I notice is that it's absolutely quiet, there's absolutely no noise from this one here. Yeah, and so I can definitely confirm that this thing is fully working exactly how it's supposed to work. So full recommendation from my side. And so if you're interested, I'll put down the link to the Amazon listing down into the description so you can check it out and order one for you if you like it. And I hope I've been able to help you a little bit with this video. If you have any questions or comments, just write to the comment section below, and I'm always happy to talk about these things. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching. See you next time.